We are a peaceful people. Struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one karage, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right. So we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one karage, not a blade of grass. So we ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one karage, not a blade of grass.
Official launch for the 7th Annual Youth Parliament. Joining me today is Ms. Carlita Charles. She is the Parliamentary Executive Officer and the Coordinator of Youth Parliament, and she is sitting to my immediate right. Further to my right is Ms. Sarita Bethune. She is the Clerk of Committees. I would like to now introduce or give the floor to Ms. Carletta Charles, who will then take us through everything for Youth Parliament this year.
Thank you, Yannick. Good morning to our online viewers. Good morning to the media personnel here and my colleagues. A little background about Youth Parliament. So Youth Parliament commenced in 2015 under the umbrella of the Parliament of Guyana, and it started as part of our Commonwealth Day observances, and that was during the speakership of the Honorable Raphael Trotman. However, it was later felt that Youth Parliament should stand on its own, and so we deviated from the Commonwealth Day observances in March to start hosting Youth Parliament during the recess period, which is in August. When it commenced with participants being those from secondary schools across our 11 education districts. However, it expanded and we included the University of Guyana. I am very much pleased to say that we did not limit it to the University of Guyana in subsequent years. As a matter of fact, during the speakership of the Honorable Mansour Nadir, he shared his vision with us of expanding Youth Parliament to making it become more inclusive. And so last year, the Honorable Speaker basically guided us in launching the first ever Speakers National Youth Debating Competition, which continued this year. and that allowed for youth groups across the 10 administrative regions in Guyana to now be able to participate in Youth Parliament along with those participants from the University of Guyana. We also extended invitations to our technical institutes, and Ms. Bethune on my right will later give you the full details of all our participating institutions. So why Youth Parliament? Youth Parliament is basically a part of a menu of measures that we have here at the Parliament of Guyana to bring Parliament to the people. So some of you may know that we've had our school outreach program. We have our parliamentary chamber tours, the social media content, and so on. But Mr. Speaker also launched a Christmas outreach program for students ages 10 and below. And that occurs, of course, during December, the Christmas season. And we are also using sport as an initiative to inform persons about Parliament. So all of these initiatives are basically to teach our population, not only the younger people, but also our older population, about the functions of Parliament, what Parliament does, also for the younger generation to basically hone their leadership skills, to make them leaders, countrymen, countrywomen. So basically, that's the aim of the Youth Parliament. This year, Youth Parliament will be held from the 12th to the 18th of August in a hybrid format. Of course, during the pandemic, we delve into having virtual sessions, and so that continues this year. All the training sessions will be held virtually. However, our sittings will be physically held right here in the chamber of the Parliament building, not the Artichoke Conference Center. And so the participants will be able to express themselves on topical issues right here in our Parliament chamber. The dates for those debates are the 17th and 18th of August. So this year, we have a total of 86 participants. The first time ever, the greatest number of participants. In the junior category, there are 40, and in the senior category, there are 46 participants. And for the very first time, we invited the University of the West Indies to participate. We're trying every year to make Youth Parliament bigger and better and more inclusive. I'm going to allow my colleague to my right, Ms. Sarita Bethune, to go into those participants for you at this time.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Ms. Charles. So as Ms. Charles would have said, this year is our biggest cohort of youth parliamentarians. We have 86 participants, 40 in the junior category, which comprises of both public and private secondary schools across all the educational districts, as well as persons from the Young Influencers Program from the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security. We also have 46 senior category participants, and some of them have come from the recently concluded Speakers National Youth Debating Competition, the University of Guyana, University of the West Indies, and the technical institutes across Guyana. We have also expanded to include University of the West Indies this year because of interest expressed by Guyanese students. The youth groups from the Speakers National Youth Debating Competition that are participating this year are the Port Kaituma Youth Group from Region 1, the West Bank Young Achievers from Region 3, the Small Steps Big Impact Youth Group from Region 3, the Young Professionals Youth Group of Region 4, the Grove Diamond Youths in Development of Region 4, the Angois Avenue Youth Friendly Space from Region 6, the Golden Ohm Dharmic Youth Organization, also from Region 6. We have the Bartika Youth Group from Region 7, and the CAS Talent Management from District 11. The secondary schools participating this year are as follows. Region number 1, Santa Rosa Secondary School, Northwest Secondary School, Port Kaituma Secondary School. For Region 2, we have the Anna Regina Secondary School, the Abraham Zoll Secondary School. For Region 3, we have Westminster Secondary School, Zeeburg Secondary School, and Ladventure Secondary School. For Region 4, we have the Friendship Secondary School, President's College, and Golden Grove Secondary School. For For region number 5, we have Rosignol Secondary School, Bijeville Secondary School, Fort Wellington Secondary School participating. For region number 6, we have the Berbice High School, J.C. Chandy Singh Secondary School, Winifred Gaskin Memorial Secondary, and Tagore Memorial Secondary. From region number 7, we have 3 Miles Secondary School, D.C. Caesar Fox Secondary School, as well as the Bartica Secondary School. From region 8, we have the Madia Secondary School, Paramakatoy Secondary School, and Cato Secondary School. From region number 9, we have Sand Creek Secondary, Ishalton Secondary. From region number 10, we have Christianburg Wisma Secondary and Mackenzie High School. District 11, which comprises of Georgetown, we have the following schools: the Bishop's High School, St. Rosa's High School, Morgan's Learning Center, St. Stanislaus College, Queens College, as well as School of the Nations.
Thank you, Sarita. So those are the participating institutions this year. Our program, which will be run for 7 days, will see these topics, or a few topics, for the training sessions. They are the parliamentary etiquette and decorum. They would have training in that. They would learn about the roles of members of parliament, branches of government. There is even a session on the art of public speaking to help them to develop their public speaking skills. And today we'll have a preliminary session conducted on the drafting of motions. For the first time, all our participants are allowed to participate in a process of drafting and submitting their own motions. In previous years, the Parliament Office team undertook the drafting of motions. Last year, we gave our participants a taste. We allowed each category to draft 1 or 2 motions just to have an idea if they're capable of doing such, and I must say they did a fantastic job. And so this year, we're allowing our participants to basically decide on what topics they want to discuss and what topics will inform what motions they will bring to the 7th Annual Youth Parliament. Our participants will also benefit from mentorship of members, sitting members of parliament, as well as former youth parliamentarians who would help them in the preparation of their speeches and guide them in terms of their delivery during the sittings of the 7th Youth Parliament. And the sittings, of course, will see the oath administered to our participants so that they will become formally members of Youth Parliament. It will also see an address by the speaker, similar to an address by the president during sitting of the National Assembly, and of course, the debates by our participants. Thank you very much. I'll give you back over to Mr. December.
Thank you very much, Ms. Charles. A few days ago, the participants met virtually for a meet and greet session. At those sessions, the participants were categorized into government and opposition using a computer-generated program by yours truly, Mr. CPO, the production technician here at the Parliament Office. Also at those sessions, they unofficially elected the Speaker, the Prime Minister, and the opposition leader. For the junior category, the Speaker is Ms. Pearl Higgins. And for the, that's the junior category, is Ms. Pearl Higgins. For the senior category is Ms. Triana Anderson. Of course, this is the first time since both categories were introduced that the speakers were both female. So of course we're having a lot of firsts. All right. For the Prime Minister, for the junior category, is Mr. Reginald Brown, and he is only 13 years old, dubbing him the youngest Prime Minister for that category. All right, and for the senior category is Mr. Delroy Marks. Of course, Mr. Marks is known from the Speaker's National Youth Debating Competition, for those of you who would have been following. For the Leader of the Opposition is Miss Athea Alicock. She is the leader of the opposition for the junior category, and for the senior category is yet another participant from the Speakers National Youth Debating Competition, Miss Malaika Russell. And she tops off that senior category. So of course, this year is set to be much bigger and better. And every year, the Parliament Office and the coordinating team, along especially with Mr. Speaker at the helm, is we are always trying to better ourselves and to also bring Parliament to the people, as Ms. Charles would have mentioned earlier. So there you have it, folks. This is an exciting time for us. This is the 7th Annual Youth Parliament. And we are hoping that each and every one of you would join us during those sittings. We would be streaming live, of course, on our social media pages. That would be the Facebook page, the website as well. And you can follow us on Twitter and also on Instagram during that period. We are encouraging persons to share those links so that we can generate more viewership. With more viewership, it means that we have more persons hearing some of those robust debates that we will see in this 7th Annual Youth Parliament. It has always been a pleasure being a part of the planning committee and seeing where those young minds go. As you would know, in the past, most of the youth parliamentarians have gone on to do great things. And this is just one of the better things that this organization, the Parliament Office that is trying to do for the youths. So I just wanted to let you know that we are going to be streaming live, and please follow us, share those links, and follow us on those days. All right. With that, I would just like to thank all of you who are joining us online and who are joining us here in the chamber. Thank you to the Honorable Mansour Nadir for allowing us as the planning committee to plan and to basically steer us in the right direction. Ms. Charles, thank you very much for all your hard work and late nights. Ms. Bethune, thank you so much for being here as well. And to those viewers out there, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Goodbye for now.